Hi there, Osama here from X Automations with a simple tutorial this time on setting up scenarios inside Make.com to send qualified lead data back to Meta so Metapixel can learn over time and get you more qualified leads. So let's assume you run a B2B business in New York City, you sell shoes and the name of brand is Zapwalk. So your brand Zapwalk is running instant formats on Meta and you're targeting customers so they can bulk buy shoes from you and you're getting all sort of leads. In this video we are going to set up two scenarios, pretty straightforward, super simple, to capture lead data into CRM. And in this case we are going to use Google Sheet, but it can be anything. It can be Pipedrive, HubSpot, Notion, whatever. And in the second scenario we will set up a qualification metric on, let's assume we get 20 leads, and for each of the lead only 4 of them are actual qualified leads, people who put in the information, accepted the call, and Zapwalk after accepting the call can check that these customers are willing to buy my product. So set up a qualification metric and then send those lead information back to Meta so Metapixel can optimize and get you more relevant leads for your business. Now this is specifically important with all the Meta updates that are coming out with limiting audience targeting and only letting you optimize for creatives. So we will be setting all of this up inside Make.com. Now I'm assuming you've already set up instant form on Meta. You're running an ad on Meta with an instant form and your main performance goal is to maximize number of conversion leads. So you can head over to Make.com and start setting up your very first scenario. So our scenario would be step 1, which would be capture leads from Meta instant forms, and this is going to be straightforward. So the first module we are going to use is going to be Facebook lead ads and new lead. So you need to make a connection. Once you do, while setting up a connection, you'll set up add your page, your instant form, and click on save, and your form will start appearing here. So as for the fields, you can keep these fields unchecked because we will be filtering them in the Google Sheets. If they are unchecked, all of these fields will be parsed to our CRM. Click on save. So Meta has this pretty little tool which lets you test instant forms with dummy data. I'll link the link of this tool in the description of this video, and the JSON files of this scenarios, also simple, will be included along with a full guide on how to set it up in the description of the video as well. So anyhow, go back to your Make.com scenario, click on run once, go to the tool, select the page, click on preview form and enter some dummy details so it can be forwarded to Meta. Click on continue and we should get the form details over here. Oh, sorry, click on submit. Okay, so we got some data in our Facebook lead ads module, and let's see what the output bundle contains. It contains the information that I supplied along with lead ID, which is important, form ID, ad ID, and should also contain the other information that are visible over here. So we need to record this data into our CRM, and the CRM of choice for today is going to be Google Sheet. So let's start setting it up. So let's name the sheet to Meta Leads to Google Sheet, and since I've already set it up, let me just add few key details over here. So we got lead data, which is lead ID, the creation date, time, the form ID, the ad ID. We got the questions we ask, which is first name, last name, email, and phone. Okay, we don't need these fields over here, so let's just delete these columns. So this qualification metric, we'll add that later on. And as the owner of the business, as the owner of Zapwalk, I would like to see which of my ad got me this lead, and if I'm getting qualified lead from a specific ad, I can just scale that ad and close the other ones. So let's add another module, which is going to be add a row in Google Sheets, and make your connection, select your Google Sheet, and start mapping it out. Okay. So we got the lead ID, which is column A, the creation date, time, date created. We got the form ID and the ad ID. Then onto the questions, we got first name in column A, last name, email, and phone. For the qualification, we'll add that in our next scenario. The entire purpose of this qualification is, let's assume you got 20 leads over here and 4 of them are qualified. So we'll add whatever metric we want to add for the qualification, mark it as qualified in our CRM, and that lead ID and lead information would be sent to Meta, so Metapixel can optimize and deliver your ad to more relevant leads. Okay, so in column L, column K, we got the ad name, then the ad set ID, then the ad set name, then the campaign ID and the campaign name. Okay, perfect. So let's go back to our lead testing tool, delete the previous lead, and submit a new one. Click on continue, submit. Oh, forgot to run the scenario. So click on run once and we can use the existing data that we already sent out. So this should be recorded over here. We got the lead ID, the creation time, which is the year, month, day, and the time with the time zone, the form ID, the lead information. So the ad ID and this corresponding ad data would come when your ad is actually being delivered and users are inputting their content information. So this would be automatically recorded with the relevant ad set ID, ad name, and everything in your CRM. Okay, so we got our first scenario is done. It was super simple. We only want to record lead ID, lead data that we are receiving from our instant form on Meta, ads on Facebook and Instagram to our CRM, and the CRM of our choice for today was Google Sheets, and it can be anything for you: Pipedrive, HubSpot, Notion, or whatever. So in our next scenario, we're going to set up a qualification metric, and whenever we qualify a lead on our CRM, that data would be sent out to Meta for pixel optimization. So go back to make.com, let's save changes and go back to make.com, create your second scenario, which is step 2, and that is sending qualified leads to Meta. Alright, so I have randomized a bunch of leads into our Google Sheet that we will be using setting up our second scenario. So we have unique lead ID for each. We have lead creation time, date, unique for each. And it is important to note that it depending on the ad attributes that you're using, 7-day click and 1-day page view or 1-week page view, you're supposed to send qualified lead data within those attributes. For instance, if I'm using 7-day click, I'm supposed to send qualified lead data within 7 days back to Meta, or if I don't, it won't be considered as qualified data. Anyhow, so we have bunch of leads with unique phone numbers and emails, unique lead ID. In our second scenario, we are supposed to start sending qualified leads from Meta, from our CRM to Meta, so Meta can work for us and bring us more qualified leads. So this is going to be straightforward as well. Second scenario setup with the step 2, sending qualified leads to Meta. For our first module, we are going to use Google Sheet Watch Changes. Connect your Google account, set up a webhook. Since I've already set up a webhook, I got this unique webhook ID. Copy this to your clipboard, go back to Google Sheets, go to extensions, add-ons, and get add-ons. Search for Make, install Make. This sort of error can appear if your Google account is not a sync with the browser Google account that you're using. So I'll sign in with the same Google account. So signing in with the same Google account, and now go to extensions, click on add-ons, and get install Make. Since I've already installed Make, I can see it over here. Click on settings and copy paste the webhook URL over here and here. Click on save. Perfect. Go back to your make.com scenario. So webhook has been added. That's perfect. The second thing we need to do is start sending qualified lead data back to Meta. So the next module we're going to use is going to be Facebook Conversion API Send Events. Facebook Conversion APIs Send Events. Make a connection to your Facebook account. When setting with the Facebook account, you will be prompted to also select your data set or pixel. To start mapping your data from CRM to over here. For event name, this is important. This is what we want to send to Meta to help us find more relevant leads. So I'm going to only select lead over here, or for instance, I can select schedule. So let's assume I got a lead from Meta, and I got 20 leads from Meta, and I called them up, and I can find that Mason, Mia, and Emma are my relevant customers, and I was able to book them a launch call for my Zapwalk shoe studio, so they can find what sort of shoes they need for their business, and I can impose their logo on the shoes and send them to them. So let's call the event name as schedule. It could be lead, schedule, purchase, whatever metric you are optimizing for. And the event time would be when we qualified that lead on our CRM. It should be recorded over here. So in Make, you can simply add now, and it will send Facebook Meta API, Conversion API, to the exact time you qualified this lead on your CRM. For the action source, we're going to call it other or offline. And let's start mapping out our fields from over here. So we have email in column G, we have phone in column H, then we have last name in column F, we have first name in column E, and the most important thing of all, we have the lead ID in column A. Okay, perfect. So you can also map other fields depending on the questions you ask in your lead form. Once this is done, click on save. Okay, so now whatever metric, qualification metric you have identified in your mind. So for instance, mine is schedule. So if I called 10 leads, then 3 out of 10 were scheduled for the launch call, I'll map those out as qualified leads and send data to Meta. So for instance, I called Mason and he was a qualified lead. He scheduled a call. I can simply enter qualified or the word yes, whatever word I want to, and it in my CRM it would be set up as a qualified lead. So click on the wrench icon over here, set a filter, and label is at qualified leads. So only qualified lead data is sent out to Meta and nothing else, and Meta can find us similar leads for our business. So the condition has to be that column I needs to have word yes, and the column J needs to be empty. The reason the column J needs to be empty is once we qualified a lead and that qualified lead data has been sent out to Meta, the status should be automatically updated over here, and the next time we qualified a different lead, for instance we qualified Sophia next time, it would only send lead ID and lead data of Sophia and not Mason this time. So click on save, and let's add another module which is going to be Google Sheets update a row, and this time make your connection, find a Google Sheet, and select your sheet name. Okay, so it contains header yes, and for the row number simply select range row start. The column we want to update is the column J, and we can simply add the time when we qualified this lead in our CRM. Click on save, and this is pretty much done. Let's test it, run it for once. For instance, wait for new data, click on run once. So for instance, I called Osama, Ethan, Olivia, Mason, and Ava, and Ava was more of a relevant customer for my business. In my CRM, I would qualify it as yes. It will automatically be sent out to our make.com scenario. Facebook. So let's start dissecting it as well. So we can see that Ava was qualified, and we sent out the qualified lead data to Meta, and in our CRM it should update the row with the exact time we sent out this qualified lead data to. Let's do it one more time, and let's say after Ava I called Noha, Sophia, and Liam, and Liam was a qualified lead, and I want similar leads as Liam submitting the information on my instant form on Meta. So Liam is qualified, and we should be sending the qualified lead data to Meta, and in our CRM the time of the qualification would be mentioned, and only the lead which was qualified is sent out. So this is perfect. So this is how you can record instant form leads from Meta to your CRM, and then set up a qualification metric and send qualified lead data back to Meta, so Meta can optimize and deliver your ads to more qualified leads. Again, you'll find the lead ad testing tool inside the description of this video, along with JSON file to download these two scenarios, so you can upload them in your make.com. Just connect your accounts and start using it, along with the full setup guide. I hope you liked the video. We are X Automations. We help businesses with websites, Chrome extensions, MVPs, and building out custom AI automation and workflow. If you liked the video, like, subscribe. We build out similar scenarios in make.com, N8N, Zapier, to set up custom AI automations and workflows and custom scenarios like these for businesses.